Baldur's Gate, the Black Pits. That's the tactica that we're going to explore in this BG vlog from the perspective of what the Black Pits are, how can we utilize them? They are pretty straightforward, they're fighting pits, and how it changes the approach to BG1 and Siege. Now, to sidebar for a moment, there are a few RPG tie-ins to the game around an NPC. I'm going to be bypassing, skipping, not offering that because that is part of the adventure itself, and I want you to experience that yourself. But with all this tactica that I'm pushing up to the Baldur's Gate playlist, opening discussion, getting some different ideas for playstyle, and seeing if we can push something up there to keep you alive through the game. So the Black Pits begin in that your character and or a party magically gets teleported to a fighting pit. And from there, you go through a series of ranked encounters. So essentially, it's a string of fixed encounters that are the same all the time. Some of them involve hordes. Some of them involve classic, iconic D&D monsters. And some are very, very strategic, almost puzzle-like that you have to figure out. As in the combination of encounters and monsters, you have to deal with certain sets first and then deal with the other sets, all on a timer because it ends when they're killed or you're killed. Now, in between, you find yourself kind of in a arena/bazaar where there's opportunities to shop for items and find out more information about the upcoming battles. And to gain experience, you can refight a few, level up. There is a story behind it. Eventually, you max out at the top tier and then exit the pits. It's a focus to teach you combat. It's a great trainer, although some fights are frustrating because they are very challenging. You expect that as it goes up, but it teaches you how to utilize individual characters, work as a party, and fine-tune your combat ability. Now, outside of that, how do we utilize it? Well, it's a great way if you're exploring some different party builds and character classes. If you want to put them through the pits and see what happens against a variety of monsters, that's a great way to very, very quickly experience it because you can do a full party at once. Sometimes what happens, and it's not wasted experience, you'll make your way through BG, you'll be going into Siege, and for various reasons you realize the character that you're playing, the class, it's just not really what you expected, or you missed out on some synergies. So we think of the Black Pits as a trainer. If I can sidebar for a moment, an example, Talisman, the board game. I love playing it. And it's something that I regularly play with my friends in our gaming group. There's a couple of players, one player in particular that is just absolute beast mode, just absolutely wins every time. And while I love the tabletop version of Talisman, I also play the digital version because the digital version, playing competitively, it's almost like a trainer. I can play it with a variety of characters, those 4 to 6 characters, and take control of them and try out the combinations and play things. So I still get that experience, but it's the ultimate trainer. The Black Pits are kind of like that also. Now, secondary, there's some really interesting items. I'm not going to give them away because the shop in there kind of grows and places new items. Those items, if you export the character, they carry over to BG1. Now, this is not done through an editor or a trainer. You're starting BG1 with these items and or at the higher levels already. So it's going to be a little bit easier as a walkthrough. How I often do this is having made my way through BG1 many, many, many times, and I still love it. I kind of know what I'm doing. I kind of know where I'm going, but I want to acquire certain items in BG1 to bring into Siege. I also want to level up my character. I want to try out some different combos, and I want to get the various tomes to up my stats. So going in at a higher level, already stocked and ready to go, that makes it a little more interesting, a little more fluid to play through. Certainly you could end the Black Pits and not import your characters, but it's a great way to build up a stable because you have a full party of characters and then you can export them with the gear. And as your primary tune to play BG1, moving into Siege, because the loot carries over, you can import and utilize those. So it's kind of a standalone battle royale, arena, trainer, items, way to try things out. There is a storyline. There are elements that are then pulled into BG1 and Siege, but it's something that stands outside and parallel of the main story. How often do you play it? First couple of times you see the battles, you know them. They're always going to be the same. So at that point, that RPG experience, that in the moment where you go into battle, you pause, you see what you're fighting, and you're like, okay, I got to come up with a plan right away. Once you've been through it once or twice, you know that. At that point, it switches over to a trainer, getting the items, trying out different character classes, trying out different combos, all within the face of combat.